What is up, everyone? All Barcelona fans and football fans, and yeah, this it's been a while. I was gonna post this earlier, but I'll make a video a bit earlier, wrapping up everything. But well, there's more to talk about now, though. So it's been a very interesting few weeks, and it's like the start of this year has definitely been up and down a lot, but no losses so far, at least, right, for Barcelona. At least we haven't lost yet, but it hasn't been all very, very good. But in the cups, we've been doing better than in the one league game we've had. Um, of course, we already won our first title of the season. We have won the Supercopa, the final against Real Madrid. We won 5-2, which was absolutely brilliant and wonderful, and just such a good game. How we handle all that, all the goals and everything, just it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was so good how we took care of it, and even after going down first in the first few minutes by a goal from Mbappe, after that we dominated that whole game. We really took over and just scored 4 goals in the first half, and then added another one in the beginning of the second. Just made another manita, and it was just absolutely wonderful. And before that as well, we had the game against Athletic Bilbao in the semi-final, which we properly won with 2-0. And before that, against Barbastro, I think their name is, in the Copa del Rey, we won that 4-0, which is a fairly believable, right? That's they're not that tough of an opponent on paper, at least. Well, last year we also did face them, and they made it much more tougher for us back then. But we're a way different type of team now than we were back then, so it's a bit of a different situation. So, but obviously this time it was fairly believable and not so surprising that we did score 4 against them, and kind of got that over with pretty quickly. And then we had, of course, the game against Betis shortly after in the Copa del Rey. Shortly after that victory in the final of the Supercopa España, and we beat Betis. Of course, they're properly beat them with 5-1. Another manita, wonderful there. Nothing much more to say. We dominated that game and had everything under control. Beautiful done. In that game as well. Dani Olmo was playing as false nine as well, and that really worked out pretty well. It was an interesting lineup there from Flick, and it paid off pretty decently. But then, of course, as you see, but the title is still, we still struggle in the league. We still struggle in the league, and that's the problem here. We were facing, but not all our fault. That game against Getafe, now back in the weekend, that was not football. That was not football on their side. That was not football. What they were doing was just anything but. The way they were playing, it was some of the most dirtiest, most anti-football tactic I've ever seen. Like, it's just absolutely terrible. It's like they were trying to make sure to put up the worst type of football ever on purpose. It was just so bad. The way they were throwing themselves on the ground, the way they were tackling, they were holding, and just handling the game overall, and it just made the whole game unplayable, entirely unplayable. And on top of that, the referee was just horrendous once again, and made it even worse for us. We did go up in the lead with a beautiful goal by Kunde, but then here we conceded an equalizer, which was just, yeah, just stupid. And then just after that, we couldn't do anything because they were just playing such anti-football and just making it so tough for us to really do with our tactics, because they were just playing such a weird, dumb way You couldn't do anything. You couldn't really do it. The whole flow of the game was ruined with how they were doing, playing, and with how the ref also managed the game as well. It was so bad, and it was so frustrating. And I think we should have deserved more from that. But it's in the end, it just we missed so much, and we just it wasn't our time again, you know. And even Flick was surprised with how Quetafa played. We know how Quetafa played. He's surprised, but we're not. We knew all along that this is gonna be one of more of those games because we haven't won away at Quetafe for over 5 years, 5 6 years. We haven't since 2019. We haven't won at that stadium. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's just when we go there, it's like they do the almost dirtiest stuff to keep us from winning. The last three results as well were all a draw of 0-0s. Like there was just 0-0 draws. So, what would you really say to that? At least this time we scored, but once again, a draw. It doesn't help us much, does it? Because now Athletic Bilbao also they won their game against Celta Vigo. And now they're on the same points as us. We're still in third place because of goal difference, but you know we're in such a tough situation now and tough spot in the league with Atletico Madrid ahead of us. Now Real Madrid are at the top because they won theirs. Atletico Madrid lost their game this weekend, but Real Madrid won theirs, so they're now first in the league. It's so annoying how these things have changed for us in the league because we started off so well, but then injuries, bad decisions from the referees, and just overall things, a lot of things, a lot of factors came into it that just made us just drop our position there. And overall, it's not only our fault. Of course, it's partially it is because some of the players have made some bad individual mistakes, which is not good. But it's not all down to ourselves either. It's a mix of that and other things, which this league season has been just a mess. La Liga is an absolute mess. Just it's not a fair league. It's just all terrible, terrible overall, and it just feels corrupted almost more than ever before. But what can you do? We will see what happens there. We have a game against Valencia in the weekend. Hopefully, we can come back to winning ways in the league again. I hope so, because we haven't won in the league since December. Like we, in our last like 6 or 7 games, we only have picked up one win. One win. And that's just not okay. That's just we need to do better than that. All the other ones have been like one loss, two losses, and the other overall draws. So it's just it's annoying. It really is annoying. But now let's talk about tonight and what happened tonight, because that is also very very insane. That game against Benfica, what was that? It had everything, you know. Own goals, penalty calls, just that were weird. A red card in that as well to Benfica, and a lot of other weird ass giveaways and all that stuff. Just it was crazy. It was a crazy night in Lisbon, and what can you say? We went down to win it. We win it. We won. We made a comeback tonight, which is insane. I was going crazy when Rafinha scored that fifth goal. I couldn't believe it. It was just so crazy because how that game was going and how it was all panning out and how it was going throughout the thing. Never expected that to happen. I never expected us to make a full-on comeback. I was hoping at least get a draw. Maybe, you know, just I will be happy with that. And when we got the 4-4, I was like, okay, a draw, nice. I mean, at least get 1 point that can somewhat secure us, at least somewhat secure us maybe the a top 8 position. Maybe actually we haven't fully gotten to this round, like it hasn't like fully got us in the top 3, but at least it's there, right? We at least we are there. We won't be risking, maybe not risking going out, losing out on the out on a top 8 position. But no, we went on to score a fifth as well. Another 5 goals, but this time we conceded 4 as well. And it all started with Pavlidis, the Greek. I think he was a striker for them or so. He got the first goal there very early on for them, and I'll put props to them for that one. That's like I think that's the only goal they got that was actually something they did themselves. that they really created themselves and they deserved. That was a mistake from us, and just they caught us early, and it was unfortunate. It was dumb, but yeah, it is what it is. They got their goal there, and for a while uh, it looked a bit like to be one of those types of bad situations. But then we do get a penalty, and it's a clear penalty, 100%. The Benfica defender steps on Balder's foot, and 100% that is a penalty. Maybe it's a 50-50 chance, but I think so. That should be clearly, during the according to the rules, should be a penalty. And Leva steps up and he scores, gets a goal for him, and it's 1-1. I feel okay, good. Now we can step back into it. But no, of course, this club will never make it that easy. No, well, then we can never make it that easy for ourselves. Never. We always have to do something to just make it even even tougher. And we go on to do that, and we do it in the most dumbest way, with Chesney running out, and then Balde coming on the other side as well against him, and they both ran right into each other, trying to go for the ball. The ball falls off to the side. We fall to the side to Pavlidis, and he just rolls it in. And yeah, that's very annoying. Mistakes like that, as I said once again, individual mistakes, and that's maybe also mainly due to them pressing us so much. They were really pressing. I handed to them. They were really pressing us during this game and really pushing forward, and that caused us to make some mistakes, and that was one of the biggest ones. Uh, me is one of the ones we made, and I don't solely blame Chesney for that. It's not only on him. These things happen, and it's both on him and Balde and a few other in defense. You know, but it was bound to happen with how they were pressing us and how they were pushing us, and that can when you have a young like this, and when you put in a situation like this, that will bring forward a lot of mistakes. We need to make sure to not let that happen in the future. We need to make sure to get better at that and handle these situations better. But yeah, that happens, and we're down 2-1. But it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there, because after that, later, we go and make it even worse for ourselves. Though this time, maybe not all on our own, because there is a chance. I don't know if it's Pavlidis who goes with the ball or if it's some other attacker, but they go forward, and Chesney goes south, try to block the ball, and that attacker, they say that he takes him down. That Chesney takes him down, and it's a penalty. But if you see the replay, that attacker, he jumps way before Chesney even hits him. Chesney touches him with his leg, one of his foot, his like what is it, like his left foot, when he's already in the air, when that foot is already in the air. He's already started jumping. And that's when he touched it. And that doesn't really make him fall over. He was already going forward. His more dominant was already like still on the ground, and that was gonna make him more. He was already going for jumping over. So that was very, very cheap. That, in my opinion, should never be a penalty. If he's already jumping in the air and it's already going over him, how would that be a penalty? Okay, if he was still on the ground and he hits him, he goes right at him, and he clips that and he falls. Okay, yeah, that's always that is a penalty. But as he still he jumps, he starts jumping. He's already in the air, and then he just falls. Like clearly looks more like a dive than anything else. And they give a penalty for that. It's just the most cheapest penalty, and that should never have happened. But yeah, we know how the referees are, and we put ourselves in that situation. And of course, Pavlidis steps up again, and he scores the 3-1. He gets a hat trick, and yeah, it's all shitty. It's all really shitty. And we go into this in such really rough situation now, heading into this starting into the second half, and not the situation we want to be in. But then a few things happen. And one of the things, something very funny. The second goal we get is one of the most strangest, most weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. Their goalkeeper, I forgot his name now. I forgot his name now, but their goalkeeper, at least, he tries to, like, I don't know if it was a goal kick or he just was take the ball and try to shoot it out again out in the field. He shoots it, and it has it kind of low and kind of as like a shot that doesn't go too high up. It goes more like midway, and he shoots it out, and he hits Rafinha on the head. Like he hits it right to Rafinha's head, and it bounces off Rafinha's head right into goal. So it was so weird, and we get our second goal that way. We didn't even know what happened. We didn't know what happened. We were just thinking, yeah, he shot it out, but no, we see, okay, oh, it's in the goal. It was so strange. Nobody understood what happened. Not even Rafinha himself, almost. It was the most strangest, most craziest thing ever. It just makes no sense. Makes no sense. But yeah, they gave us the one there as well. As well as we've given them, they gave us one too there. And we're thinking, okay, sure, now we can maybe build something off of this. Nope, not yet, because we went on to make it even tougher. A bit later, we go on, and we get an own goal. We score an own goal. Araujo, with a cross. They have a cross. They cross it in towards the players there, but it hits Araujo. He gets it to him. He tries to clear it, but it goes in. And yeah, it's 4-2 to Benfica, and it's just like so frustrating. After we get a gifted goal, pretty much, we're like, okay, things maybe can happen now. Maybe we go for the 3-3, but no. We score an own goal instead. And at that point, I was feeling, oh, this is not going to go anywhere. This is just going to go south even more and more. And it's just one of those days, ain't it? But after that, we do start pressing on more. We still start going more. We start creating more. And eventually, we do get another penalty. And Lewandowski steps up and converts it. and it's 4-3. Okay, we're one step ahead, but I was still thinking, uh, okay, we got another lucky break, but can we really make this happen? Because what's happened so far, we got one, but then we can see it again. I was still thinking, worried a little bit, but I have to give props to Hansi Flick because he made some substitutions in the second half that really paid off. He he changed up in the back. He went for a three in the back instead. He subbed off. I believe he subbed off Kunde and Balde. I think. Um, he brought on Fermin Lopez. He brought on Eric Garcia, and he went with a three in the back. He also bring in what else was it? He brought on Eric Garcia and Ferran Torres at that point, but also before that, we brought in Fermin Lopez too for Gavi, and I don't remember what the other one was, but I think it was something like that. He changed it up at least. He changed it up in the back. We had a three in the back now, and we had Fermin on that side, Lamine on the other one. That's the wingers kind of going, and uh, it paid off. It paid off. At first, I was not 100% sure. I was feeling like, okay, kind of a strange thing to do, but after a while, I kind of realized, yeah, okay, because there's nothing to lose really at this point, because we're already done by 2 goals, so we're already exposed as it is. So let's just go for it. That's what he was thinking too. Like, let's just go for it. Let's just try to push forward, and if we concede another one of them, well, that's we're already in a bad situation or whatever. But uh, we should try to go for it full force and maybe get something. Maybe get something now out of it, and it does pay off. Because later on as well, just that player that was one of those subbed on, he scores a goal, and it's Eric Garcia. Man has been talked about. Will he leave or maybe or not? You know, it's not 100% sure yet if he's gonna be sold or not. Maybe he's gonna be going to Como. I think that their name is the team that's Fabregas coaches in Italy, I think, and also there's some rumors about him going to Girona again or whatever. But I'll talk more about that in another video. But Pedri, who definitely is one of the absolute our best players tonight. Pedri was magical tonight. He was absolutely brilliant. He was one who truly was trying all the time. He puts in a perfect cross, and Eric Garcia heads it in, and we're equalized. 4-4, right there, and it feels great. It feels really great. And now you believe, okay, nice. We have done it. We have equalized. Now hold it. I was not thinking about getting a fifth. I was just like, just hold it. Now I'll take a draw. Just don't make any more silly individual mistakes or so. Just keep your heads cool and just control the game and finish it off and get it just calmly finish the game off and just go with a draw. I will take a draw. But of course, there's with this team, they bring you to the lowest of low, but then they bring you right back up to the highest of highs, and it's just the worst end. There's an alternation. Di Maria gets a. Of course, just before that as well, Di Maria has a chance, and Chesney really saves, really good, really great saves, saved by Chesney there. Almost reminiscent a little bit of like shades of that chance that Cavani had. I think it was Cavani, or was it Di Maria himself as well against PSG back in 2016 when we that remontada against PSG. Almost reminiscent of that. That Ter Stegen saved there, but this situation, Di Maria has a shot with a free kick. He puts it in. There's a little scruffle in there, and of course, who was it? The I don't remember the name of the defender now, but like one of their top main defenders, the ball was handing in. He was trying to protect. Like he wasn't even having the ball by his feet. It was like on the side. He came in and he was pushing Fermin back just to protect the ball. Fermin didn't even push him with his hands or anything. He was just holding forward like normally, just kind of controlling. And he falls. That defender falls down, and they're calling for penalty. They're calling for penalty for that. Which in this is the big moment. This is the big talked about moment, and I just don't understand it. How would you call a penalty for that? Because that's not a penalty. How would you even think that would be a penalty? Because that he doesn't even have the ball directly. He wasn't near it. He was trying to protect for it to not come there to front of some of the players in front of goal not to get it. Like like to for the defenders not to get it, right? So he can get himself with some of their attackers can get it and score. How can that not be like he falls down himself? He falls down himself, basically after Fermin just holds him and he just falls. Fermin doesn't push him. He doesn't go in. It's not a fucking. It's not a damn challenge. It's nothing. You have to kind of be able to take situations like that. This is not some little kiddie sport. This is like a normal kind of operation. It's not a situation where if Fermin came in like real hard with an elbow or pushing, or really wrestle him down or anything. No, he barely pushed him. He just falls, and it was a lot. I've heard a lot of people, Benfica fans and Madrid fans, all that they complain, saying we robbed Benfica, all that kind of stuff, and that's very smart and keep coming from them, really. Like, especially the Madrid fans, like, really? You're gonna be talking about saying that now after all that Real Madrid has gone their way? I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna start. Yeah, but it's. I think it's really funny. I think it's really funny that some certain people are speaking about robberies here. But that's definitely not it. That's not a robbery. That's not a penalty. I would never, ever put that as a penalty. My who's the referee? He said it's not a penalty. It's not ever close to like that situation. Is a normal situation, and from that, then the ball gets thrown out, back out. We get the ball, we get back position, and a possession of the ball. I don't know who is who passes it to him, but it was somebody who brought it through. Maybe it was Frankie, maybe it was somebody else. Frankie was also brought in, one of those who really paid off, one of those substitutions. But then Rafinha gets the ball up by their box, and he rounds all the defenders of the and everybody. And we're thinking, oh well, come on, is this really happening now? Are we really going to change it? Are we really going to win this? And yes, he puts it in so coldly, so beautifully. Rafinha does it again. And we had to wait a little bit afterwards to see. There was a little bit check to see if that was not a penalty. They did not give the penalty, which is the right decision in my opinion. It should not be. And they give us the goal, and we have done it. And just a lot of emotions, a lot of stress, nervousness, like anger, frustration, and then elation, pretty much. It had it all, and for it to end like that, like just to, for us to turn it around and we get the win, a very, very important win as well, I would say. A big controversy, yes, but in my opinion, that should not be a penalty. And they shouldn't even complain because they got a cheap penalty before. So that should not have been a penalty. So it's like, and we pretty much gave most of their goals away to them throughout the whole game. It's not like they were the ones really creating too much, or really we're the ones who were making those goals. It was ourselves. We are the ones who give away all those goals, pretty much. And yeah, except for the first one, like that one, that one was a good goal on their side. But the rest of them, like, come on. Well, yeah, that's pretty much that. We are now second on the table in the Champions League, just below Liverpool, who did win their game tonight, which sucks a bit because if they would have lost that game, we would have been number one now. But it's okay. We and Liverpool are the first two teams who have officially qualified for the round of 16. Now what's left next week in our last game in this kind of group stage, league phase stage of the tournament in a game against Atalanta, there is just to try to secure that second spot, not to drop down to third. Because Atletico Madrid are the only ones who can do it, who can pass this to get to that position. Because they are on 15 points. Everybody who is on 14 or will get to 14 by the games now the day after, later tonight. Now it's when I'm recording this, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. But um, those teams cannot pass like higher after that. They cannot get past this. Even if they do get to 14 tonight, they are right there, and that they cannot get higher. The highest they can get will be 17. So they cannot get. But we are right now. I think we are like we're at 19, I believe, right? Yeah, we're at 19 or so, and Liverpool are at 22, 21, 22 something. They have one more win than us in this tournament, right? We have 6 out of 7. They have 7 out of 7. So, um, so it's only Atletico Madrid who can do that. So we need to stop them doing that. We need to win next week to really secure that spot as well, and hopefully we'll be able to do that. Atalanta did win tonight. The only other team to score 5 goals in their game, but they were facing Sturm Graz, which is not one of the more weakest teams in the tournament. So I wouldn't be really worried about that. But they are a good team. We should not underestimate them. 100% not. They were the ones who won Europa League last season and everything. So they beat Bayer Leverkusen there, which, by the way, also lost to Atletico Madrid tonight. But we should be able to handle it, though. I hope. We're playing at home, so I think that will be a good final game for us in this stage of the tournament. Maybe make a few small rotations, but not too many. Like, we need to still make sure we get that second position, right? So, and I'm happy that the league game this weekend isn't one that's too too tiring and too aggravating. I think against Valencia are not doing too incredibly well this season, so it's not one where you have to like tire yourself out too much, I would say. But still, it's still away. It's still away at their stadium. Now, it's not always the easiest place to play, but hopefully we'll be able to get that game done better than we did against Getafe, But they're a different team than Getafe, so I think we should be able to handle that. And then we have Atalanta after that, and then after that as well later on next week, I believe we have next Copa del Rey game, which is also against Valencia, but also away. Which that's fun. I think this weekend is away too against them, or is that at home? I don't know. But either way, we have a game against them in the Cup two in the quarterfinals there. And I don't remember which there's a team in the league next after that, but there's some big things coming up. We need to bounce back in the league more, start winning more there, finish up this stage in the Champions League in a good way, and keep going good in the Copa del Rey as well. Nothing is over yet. We have these 3 competitions. We're still very much alive in them, even if we are in a bad situation right now in the league. I think there's still a lot left. There's we're not counting out yet. We cannot count ourselves out yet, because anything can really happen, and all the teams can drop points at any moment. You saw how it happened for us. Like we were high, and then we suddenly go down. It can all happen again the other way around. Suddenly Real Madrid can start dropping more, and we can go up. You don't know how a situation can change during a season. But yeah, that's gonna do it. A little bit longer than I was thinking it's gonna be, But yeah, it is what it is. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like down below and also subscribe if you haven't done that already, and ring the notification bell to get notified to when a video comes up next. And as always. And yeah, thank you for watching, and great win tonight. Let's hope we can keep it going, but though, you know, with less mistakes. There's so much to be improved on. There's much to be improved on. A lot of things in that game that needed to be improved on, and I hope that we will improve on most of those things too. But I'm still happy that we got the job done. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Visca Barca.